Are you listening? Damn.
Hey guys, I'm Courtney,
And I'm Josh.
and welcome to the Infinite Balance Podcast.
We'll navigate parenting, relationships, health, fitness, and so much more.
So grab a drink, pull up a chair, and let's hang out.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Welcome to this week's episode. I'm so excited because we have a guest.
Somebody very special. Better friends with Courtney, but she's still good friends with me. She's cool people.
We love her.
Mm-hmm.
So I've known our guest, Kristen, since elementary school. We have known each other obviously for years. We went to college together and we have the same church. Lots of like memories together and times of running into each other randomly. And lucky for me, we had lost touch a little bit, but then she reached out just from her fitness account, kind of just seeing how things were, and we reconnected. We got lunch, and I had serious FOMO for what she was doing in life, and she she threw the invite out for me to join her. And I think at first I might have been like, yeah, maybe I'll think about it. But we just kept in contact, and I'm so fortunate for her that she kept connecting with me and that I now do this with her. And so she's my friend, but she's my coach, my mentor, and honestly helping me throughout life in so many ways. So Thank you, Kristen, for being on this.
Yeah, thanks for having me, you guys.
We're very excited.
Officially our first guest on the show. And I actually, not to take credit, but I'm going to. I actually suggested you as being the first guest because you've been such an influence in Courtney's existence the past 6, 8, 9, 10, whatever months, and beyond that, I'm sure. But, you've really helped bring a lot of the stuff that she's doing out. So I offered it and we both agreed.
You guys.
We're very appreciative of you.
Oh, you guys are the best.
You're the best.
So now that you're blushing, you want to fire off the first questions?
Yeah. So it's, what's your story? How did this journey start for you?
Oh man. All right. So fitness was like not my jam. I like did sports and stuff when I was younger, but I was never really like super into it. And I actually started like my fitness Instagram like 6 years ago. Wow, that's weird. But because I needed like accountability to get fit for my wedding, and I joined the Tone It Up community. I don't know if you ever heard Tone It Up. I've probably told you about Tone It Up.
Yeah.
And so
I think I even remember something about.
Did you do Tone It Up, Josh?
They have like a Facebook group or something. Like I heard about it somewhere.
Yeah. No, it's awesome.
It's in Target.
Yeah, they have some cool stuff. But I did that for like 3 or 4 years, and then I just like kind of fell off the bandwagon and got bored with what I was doing. And then I got pregnant with Izzy, and I like was a couch potato, didn't do a whole lot. And I think I was like really sick at the beginning of my pregnancy. So I wasn't like eating anything other than salt bagels. So that's good. And
hey, those are my jam when I'm pregnant.
Those are Michael's favorite.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh, besties. I love that. But I like literally that's all I ate, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I feel like I was just eating salt bagels. And finally I got my appetite back. I was like 21 weeks pregnant. I went to the doctor and he told me that I had gained enough weight for my entire pregnancy. And I was like, cool. Okay. So like what I got to do something about this. So my coach and mentor, Krista, had actually like reached out to me a handful of times. And I was like, bye, like, no, I'm not like into this. Like, leave me alone about your Shakeology and your challenge groups. Like, no, thank you. But I was like, no, like I need to do something. And I was like bored. I was bored. So I was like, let's give this a shot. And I tried the workouts and like being pregnant and not wanting to do anything, I feel like actually enjoying them was like a big deal. And I worked out until like right before I had Izzy. I had her at 39 weeks, so I worked up until I was like 38-ish. And that's it.
That's good though.
Yeah.
Props to you, because
Thanks.
a lot of people stop, like, they don't continue with it during their pregnancy, and a
Let
lot of
alone
people,
start.
yeah, a lot of people
Yeah.
don't know that you can keep maintaining, or that you can follow like different light programs or whatever it is, as long as you're used to that activity. So
Yeah, and it makes a difference. It really does.
yeah,
It was so
yeah.
helpful. So, yeah.
So after the pregnancy, after you had Izzy, like, how easy was it for you to get back into it, or continue to maintain it, or like what did you do after that?
Well, that was actually something else too. So I like jumped into the workouts originally, and then I was like 37 weeks pregnant when I decided I wanted to coach. Like, okay, no big deal. I'm just about to pop out a baby. Let's take on coaching, and I don't even know what
Why
I'm
not?
doing. Like,
You
okay,
could have
cool.
Sean T cheering you on in the delivery room. That's
Imagine. That would actually be really cool.
That
yeah.
would be
Oh
fun.
my God, maybe my next baby. Imagine how much money that would cost to have him though there. Like, you got
Just do,
this.
like a video
Yeah,
chat.
yeah. Oh my God, I can't. But yeah, so 37 weeks, I decided that I wanted to try coaching because I was like, you know what, after this baby comes, like I'm gonna need something to keep me accountable. I'm gonna stop if I don't have that extra accountability. So, and that's like the cool thing about coaching is if you like want extra accountability, like I have to show up because the people that get signed up with me, they're not gonna show up if I'm not showing up, right? So like that's a big deal. And that's like really why I originally started coaching because I just needed to like be present for other people or I wasn't going to do it like for myself. Like doing it for myself wasn't enough, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. I
Get
think
that a
that's
lot.
one of Courtney's main drives behind sticking with the programs, is definitely needing that put. We talked about it on the show before. Definitely needing that like push to kind of get you through.
Yeah, I mean, like I have some rock star challengers that like obviously like I've told you about, and
Hmm.
whenever I have those like doubtful moments or like, "Ugh, I just don't want to do it," I think of them like, well, if I don't show up, why are they? And like they trusted me with their journey, so like
Exactly.
I'm not gonna not show up for them.
Right.
It's
I
so
know.
important to
It
have that
is.
extra accountability.
Hmm.
I think that's why a lot of people get into the coaching.
Yeah. I agree with you completely. Because I mean, if you're somebody who's like on and off with your workouts and you're like, okay, no, like I need to stick to this. Once you start getting people signed up with you, you have to show up. Like you
Yeah,
have to.
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. It's definitely a huge accountability booster.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So do you think you would count that as like your main motivator, or what's your like biggest motivation for keeping it going?
Well, I think like in the beginning that was a lot of it, but now I've actually because I've been doing this now for like a year and a half ish. Wow, wow, yeah, like a year and a half already. Jeez, but I
COVID
think
erased a lot of our memories.
yeah, that is true. Oh man, too much wine. Anyway, um, but yeah, I think like in the beginning that was like a huge thing for me. But now because I've been doing this a lot longer, I'm realizing um, why I'm really doing this. And this is something actually that when you sign up for coaching or even just like as a challenger, we're always like, oh, find your why. Like, why do you want to do this? Why do you want to coach? Or why do you want to get into shape? Or like whatever the case may be. What do you want to get into fitness for? What do you want to stick to these programs for? Like whatever. And I feel like over time, like your why can change. Like my why was originally like for the accountability. And now, like I said, because I've been doing this a while, like I'm realizing that I've just been somebody who literally, like my entire life, I've given up when things got hard. And I just like don't want to be that person anymore. You too, Court? I mean, like, it's,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm pointing to Courtney right now. Yep.
no, but like seriously, like literally everything. Like, I played soccer for like what, 5 hours, and I was over it when I was little. And then I used to dance for years. And then once it got to like competitions and it got too hard for me, I was like, hey, bye. Like, I'm just going to take a step back and like, this is fine. And I never finished grad school. That's not something I share often just because it's like embarrassing. Like, but I don't want to be that person. So, and now that I have a kid, I'm like, I don't want to set that example for her. So I think now it's more about me just staying consistent, proving to myself that I can do stuff, like I can push past the hard. And I want to make sure that I'm setting that example for my daughter. So I
I think
think
that's a
that's,
really powerful motivator. Like even besides having kids and like getting the motivation from an outside source, I think it's really powerful once it starts hitting on a personal level. Like, no, I know what I'm capable of now. I see what I can do and I just want to progress, you
yeah.
know. I think that's a really strong motivator.
Yeah, and I know the first time you shared with me like that was a huge motivator for you. And I think I said it to you that it hit home with me.
Mm,
Hmm.
It was like, "Oh, I've never actually thought about that, but that's like what happens with me. I didn't finish grad school because it got hard. And so I was like, okay, yeah, never mind.
yeah,
And
literally, me too. I know.
like
Girl, I know
grad,
that feeling.
like it got hard. So I was like, okay, this isn't really what I want to do. I'll
Yeah,
figure it out
yeah.
later. And I mean,
Yes.
I have had like 2 or 3 businesses I've tried to start. And when it starts getting hard and nothing's happening, I'm like, all right, yeah, no, I don't have the time for this. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
I remember the first time you shared that, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I feel that on a different level.
Yeah, and it's like it's hard because I feel like when you feel that you're the only person that feels that way, like that does that, like gives up when things get hard, it's like, well, I suck. Like, it's hard. It's really hard um to stay motivated and excited about things, and I don't know.
Yeah.
And
That makes
now, just as a little side question, because I love throwing this stuff in there, how much of that do you think is you giving up because it's hard, and how much of it was like you just really not that interested, or it wasn't like your jam? You know what I mean? Like, is that a possibility, or was it just
No, I'm just lazy.
okay?
Honestly,
That's
I
that's
really,
that's
really
honest.
am. I'm lazy.
Well, I gotta
What?
say though, for being quote unquote lazy, with all the reels that you put up, all the content that you post, the videos, like the workouts, you constantly have videos with Iz involved,
Oh,
and
I love it.
like dancing around, just doing your whole shebang. Like, doesn't seem that lazy.
No, I am. Oh man, no, I am.
No, not anymore. Look at you. Like, just throwing this out there. I saw your post today about taking shirt orders.
Oh my God, I was like half kidding, but like half not.
But like, I've tried to like start a business with my Cricut and like
Yeah,
it got hard. So I just was like, peace.
yeah,
Yeah,
But
no,
like,
but that is hard though, and it gets expensive,
I
and
was
then
just gonna say that.
it's
Yeah,
like
it was
all
really
these
expensive.
things. Yeah, it's like it's certain things. It's just like, I mean, I could sit here and be like make excuses for you too, but it's just like stuff like that. It's just expensive if people aren't doing it, and I get it. I get it. But yeah, I was like half kidding. I had one of my Instagram friends. She reached out to me and asked me for the shirts. I reposted her and her
yeah,
daughter wearing them. That's why I was like, oh, anybody wants some? I'm taking orders.
Side biz, hit her up.
side biz.
Well, I made that You David sweatshirt that I made because duh, Schitt's Creek. One of my friends asked me for one, so I just made her one. And I took it's actually, like I was supposed to send it out today and then I forgot that the post office was closed. So I have to I'll have to send it to you. I took like a boomy of me putting it in the box. I wrote this fun little note. You know how Alexis is always like, I love that journey for you. So I wrote that on like a little note card in there. I love this journey for you. And I like like on top of the Ew David sweatshirt and I was like taking a boomy. I was like, okay, I'm gonna save this forever because when my Creek Up business is like up and running, this is going to be the first boomy I send out, like I sent out ever. And I'm going to keep this, cherish this memory forever, like a crazy person.
Side Schitt's Creek note
Uh,
that at work the other day, I actually used an Alexis phrase in like a real conversation
No, you didn't. Wait, what
at
did you
work.
say?
Like to one of my, he was just like, no, I wasn't feeling it. And I was like, it wasn't the right journey for you at that time. And he was the kid I was talking to, he was like, yeah, no. I was like, okay,
I
okay.
was referencing Schitt's Creek, but all right.
I was joking and you thought I was serious. That just
Yeah.
like a good journey look for you. He's like, no, it
So
wasn't.
funny.
I actually thought when I first saw your post about the Ew David shirts, I
Ew.
don't know anything about Schitt's Creek,
Ew,
but
David.
Ew,
I was thinking of that.
David.
I was thinking of that kid's book.
Oh,
No David.
Oh,
No,
no,
David.
David. I
Yeah.
know that part.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
so sidetracked.
So speaking of all the stuff that you've done, and you're a self-proclaimed goddess of laziness, um,
Yep.
how do you find time to do everything that you do? Like, 'cause I'm a stay-at-home dad during the week at least, and I find it very hard to coordinate. Not very hard, like I found my flow now, but it can be so stressful to get everything that you need to get
Parenting,
in.
business, fitness.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
every and God forbid like, somebody's sick or whatever, you know. So how do
Yeah.
you find time? How did you establish your flow?
I am still working on it, honestly. I am. It's hard, especially I mean, I can only imagine with three kids because I've only got one and I'm like, "Oh my God, what did I get myself into?" Like, and I've only got one kid.
Yeah,
So this will be interesting when we do eventually have another one and you guys are rock stars, seriously.
Well, thank you.
thank you. But I agree with you. No matter what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some people have 10. I think it's an ever
Wow.
changing routine. Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking either.
Yeah, I don't
But
think as a parent you can ever really have a set flow. You can have
yeah,
a guideline.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gotta be like a flexible thing.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be able to kind of go with the flow and just do what you can do.
So I guess a
Yeah.
follow-up to that would be, how do you find the time to fit it all in one day?
I don't usually, like if I'm being honest. I feel like I'm not a morning person. I'm not a morning person. I have been trying so hard to like get my butt up. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be up before Izzy like an hour and a half. Like, what? No. Like do my workout, get all my stuff done for coaching. Like in reality, that just like does not happen. The past handful of days, she's been waking up like with me, and I'm like, okay. And
She
then,
just
I mean, I
loves you
just like
so
do what I
much.
can. What'd you say?
She just loves you so much.
I know she like can't miss a minute with me. God, why are you so obsessed with me? But I just like try to work in the cracks of my day. If she's like chilling watching TV or like if I can get her to sit for 10 minutes, I'll like try to do some like coaching stuff and I mean, whenever she's just like chill, if she's just like eating, I feel like a lot of the time, if I'm trying to get stuff done, honestly, I just like put the TV on for her or like stick her in her high chair so she can't like escape.
No shame in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you do what you have to do. Like, that's the thing, you know? I mean, I feel like so many people are like against like so much screen time and all this stuff. I will tell you that my child is like so smart. I have on like Blippy for her and Bubble Guppies. Like they're educational shows. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? There are a lot of educational things like Oh my God, Izzy's obsessed with Blippi. She literally wakes up in the morning. She sits up because, of course, I mean, I'm in her room. She's obviously in my bed because I'm a pushover and she ends up in my bed every damn night. But she literally will like sit up and she goes, Blippi? I'm like, hi, good morning. Like, are you serious?
Good
She's
morning,
obsessed.
princess.
Yeah, like what? She goes, Blippi, more, please? Blippi? Like,
At least she says please.
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes.
I try to divert from Blippi whenever I can. Oh my goodness.
Oh man,
I just
I
personally
know.
can't.
We've had
No, it's a
Blippi though
lot.
for like
Ever.
a couple of years
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
How long has that even been on? I don't even know. I don't know.
He
I just said, well,
started. I mean, I'm sure you've seen the beginning episodes where it's like him at a playground
Mhm.
in the winter,
oh my
but
God.
it's been a couple of years. Like we've had him around for at least 2 years, at least.
Wow, crazy.
He was a stumble upon find.
Yeah, I think with me too. I feel like I've seen people mention it and then like we were just on YouTube, she's like obsessed with planes, so I put like an airplane thing on. She literally will just watch like airplanes taking off and she's like plane, plane. I'm like, cool,
Yeah,
this
that's like the
works.
boys in trains. Yeah.
No, Philip's like that with planes.
Yeah.
If the
Really?
window's open, he's like,
Mhm.
plane. I'm
Mhm.
like, yeah, okay, you hear the plane. I
Oh my
don't.
God, that's exactly like Izzy. She can spot them from like they could be like thousands of miles away, like this big in the sky. Plane. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Philip did that at school drop off on Tuesday. I like
Oh
dropped him off and
He interrupted his class his class singing for it.
but he's like, Mama, plane, and he's pointing up and I'm like, where the hell is the plane?
Yeah.
But then
cool.
I found it. I was like, I don't know how you saw that.
It's in his mind.
That's so funny. That's so
Oh.
funny.
So I guess another good follow up to that is how, because sometimes it's so hard to get it all in one day, how do you overcome the urge to stop some days?
hmm I don't know. I feel like, I mean, some days I do have to like take a break, because I mean, you and I have talked about this too. Like, if it's just like coaching stuff, like sometimes that can just like be overwhelming. And I find myself like certain things, even just like stuff around my house, if I don't like get it done, I find myself like taking my anger and like annoyance out on Izzy, and like that's not cool. So I have to like catch myself and just like slow my roll. But like as far as doing like workouts and stuff like that, I try to just remind myself of like why I'm doing this and like not giving up, And I just try to like keep her involved. If she's awake, I'd rather work out when she's awake, only because I don't want to waste like precious nap time.
Amen.
Right? Like, I mean, I'm just being honest, but um so yeah, I just like try keeping her involved, or like again, if she's being annoying, I just throw her in front of the TV and pray that she sits for a few
Baby signing
minutes.
time. It's
Mhm.
fine.
Oh my God, she
Right.
loves baby signing time.
The
So yeah,
boys,
that works
Michael
too.
loved it. I put it on for him
Really?
yesterday, and Michael was glued to the TV.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, that makes me
I think
so
Philip was
happy.
too, wasn't
Yeah, they started like singing songs with
Yeah.
the person.
he? Yeah.
Oh my God, with Rachel? I love her.
I did learn. I didn't know that like the sign for banana,
Banana, yeah.
eat juice. Yeah.
Whatever her
Yeah.
name is, she's really excited to be doing it.
I love her. I think she's so great. I want to be Rachel when I grow up.
Everyone go look up
Start
baby
taping your
signing time.
fingers.
What'd you say?
Start taping your fingers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I actually saw that though, and I was like, that's actually a pretty good idea. Like if you're trying to teach others sign language, like your main moving fingers and whatever, I was like, you go, girl.
That's why she's
Rock
running
it.
this show.
I
Yeah.
love it.
You're the idea woman.
I love it.
So with all the other stuff that you talked about so far, what would you say is your biggest challenge with doing everything? Like fitness, business, parenting, like what are your biggest challenges with those things, or are they all one thing, or
It's just like
what?
juggling everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like just
Like
like
finding the time, or
yeah, and like not taking it out like I said before, like when I get upset that like I'm not getting something done, or like I had planned something to get done, like taking it out on Izzy. That's
Mhm.
just like that's something I I just like get super upset about that because that's not fair. That's not why I'm doing this. You
Yeah.
know? It's like I'm doing this to better myself so I can be better for her. I'm not like doing like I shouldn't be getting upset that I'm not getting something done and like taking that out on her. I don't know. I feel like just
Yeah.
like juggling everything and making time for it.
It's complete and not like completely ignoring, because that's what I'm convinced some like Instagram celebrities have to do,
Oh,
with
like
how busy
ignore
they
their
get and
kids
whatever.
and
We kind of talked about it last night where like how do you have so much time to constantly post and constantly do this stuff?
And still be a
right.
parent.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people like have help and people don't admit that either.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
I think that's something that a lot of people struggle with too is like with social media, we see that's like a highlight reel for everybody, you
Yeah.
know? So it's just like, "Oh wow, look at me doing 5,000 different things around my house and I still have 3 kids at home and I'm like such a great parent and blah
And
blah."
I'm
You know what I mean?
homeschooling them.
People don't share that they have
You don't
help.
wake up this pretty? Come on.
Yeah.
Try these supplements.
Right? Like, I mean, come on. Like, I'm lucky. Like, my mom came over today. She had off, so I could run to the post office if the post office was closed. But my mother-in-law helps me once or twice a week. And like, I'm very grateful. And I feel like I'm very open about that because it's important to share that, like, the days I get a lot of stuff done, it's usually when my mother-in-law has her because I don't have to worry about her. I'm like, okay, like, I can designate an hour or 45 minutes to like coach work. And then I can designate an hour to like cleaning my house and doing laundry and all this other stuff. So I feel like that's super important just to like take into consideration too, because again, a lot of people have help and don't share that with you. So you think that they're doing all these things and they're juggling being a parent and their business and like whatever else they're doing, and you think they're literally doing it all and they might have help behind the scenes, you know?
Yeah, and
Hmm.
that's something that when we were talking about it yesterday, I said, well, something I didn't even know was like a thing that a lot of people use are virtual assistants.
Oh my God, a lot of
I had
people
no
use
idea.
those. Yeah.
Hmm.
And like, but that's the thing. People don't say like, "Oh, my virtual assistant's helping me," or "My assistant." Like,
Hmm.
they don't. They're like, "Oh, I'm sending out all my newsletters." No, you're not.
Right.
Your virtual
Right.
assistant's doing it, and that's fine. Like, if you can do that, great.
Right.
But I
Exactly.
also think it's important to say, "Hey, I put the hard work in so that I could hire someone to do it."
Yes, I agree with you completely. Because I would love to have a virtual, words are hard, virtual assistant. I'd love to have somebody like coming in and cleaning my house once or twice a week. Like, hello, like who wouldn't like that? But I have to like
Oh,
work,
that'd be fabulous.
right?
Fabulous.
But like right now I don't have that. Like I'd love to get to that point eventually, but I'm not there yet. So, you know, I have to just be grateful for having my mother-in-law once or twice a week and just making like letting people know that like it's okay that you can't juggle everything because that's
Yeah.
normal. It's normal.
Yeah. And it shows you're legit too, I feel like it shows you're a real person rather than
Right.
just whatever.
You're,
Hmm.
it's just more easy to connect and be like, "Oh, I get that."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this person's being honest with me and I know they are, instead of thinking someone's being honest and then like getting to know them more and being like, "Oh, what?"
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
So where, kind of going off of like how you would love to get to that point, where do you see yourself this time next year?
With a virtual assistant and a cleaning lady.
3 cleaning ladies.
Joking, not joking.
I'm like half kidding. Oh man, yeah.
She'll give them all Ew David shirts.
Oh my God, yeah.
That'll
Come
be
work
their
for me. I'll make you fun sweatshirts.
Your uniforms. This is
Yes.
state mandated. You have to wear
If
these.
you're gonna work for me, you are wearing Ooh David sweatshirts, and you all have a different color so that we're like the Wiggles.
Oh my God, the Legos. Oh my God, that's amazing. That is brilliant. I think I will be
mean,
doing that when I have
We
the
fully apologize to her future cleaning ladies. It was our
My bad, but can you come to my house next? But really, like in a year, where do you see yourself?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I
Like if
won't
I'm
answer
being,
something in 3 to 5 years.
yeah, don't, because I don't know. No, but I feel like maybe 3 to 5 years might be easier than like a year from now because I don't know. I feel like just thinking back to a year ago where I was at, like I don't
It's
know.
tough either way because like everybody thinks we might be on the brink of another like quarantine, or you don't know
That's true
where
too.
everything's gonna be, you know what I mean? So a
Yeah.
year could be tough. You never know.
Yeah, I
Where
mean,
would you
maybe I'll
like?
have my own Ew David business or something. Making sweatshirts.
No copyright.
Oh my god!
It's trademarked.
If you
Oh
have an
my God.
David company, please hire me.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, I can't.
Just hang out with you all day and make David stuff.
Ew, David.
Ew,
That's how we
David.
greet each other. Everybody would come in, we'd get into like a big huddle and go, Ew, David, go team.
So
That's
this
what
would
we
be a
do.
good time to mention our Patreon account because apparently I'm going to have to save up some money to bail some people out for copyright infringement.
Oh my God, I
Check the
I,
show notes.
can't. Show notes.
I don't think they need the money
Yeah.
as much as we do
Yeah, hello. Oh my
for
God,
copyright. We got that.
I can't.
Oh my gosh.
But
I'll
yeah,
talk to Daniel Levy.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love them. Seriously.
Favorites.
Ugh. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that's like a really pathetic answer that I don't know, but
No,
I don't
No,
know.
it's a good answer
it's a
because
real
you really
answer.
don't know. Yeah, it's real.
I hate in job interviews when they ask me, so what's your 5-year plan?
I'm like,
All right.
I don't know, to still have a job.
So
Yeah.
I actually have so I started working at Walgreens one year, right? And the manager asked me that. And at that time, I was really like dead set. I was young. I was really dead set. Like, I'm going to be a mechanic. I'm going to go to school for being a mechanic and just that's what I want to do. So he goes, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm going to be a mechanic." And he's like, "Right. Or a manager at Walgreens, maybe? Or like a." I was like, "Yeah, sure. And mechanic."
Half and half.
That's so funny.
I'm not good at interviews.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
That's great. I'm gonna be a mechanic. No.
Yeah.
Wrong answer,
Not
pal.
after working here.
Oh my gosh, no, they're gonna trap you.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
goodness. He would have. He was that type. He was creepy. Whenever his son came into the store, he wouldn't let his son go near any of the employees. Like we were dirt. It was so weird.
Ew, I
But
don't
Well,
like
you're
that.
the king of dirt because you're our manager.
yeah. But then he'd like come in and he'd like be sweating out like illness or like
Ew.
have the flu or something. He's like, "I'm going upstairs to rearrange the stock room." All right, why are you gonna kill yourself though? Like, what's that all about? And I'm just sweating it out. It's fine.
Ew.
I have to take care of this. Like, he was weird. He was a
Ew,
weird guy.
Dave.
So much fun. So, Kristen, besides your no David or your
Ew.
David business and your beach body coaching, would you ever think of branching out to anything else?
Besides Ew, David.
Besides you,
She's
Dave.
like that just really is life.
That's my long-term end game.
No David cleaning service. Now that is money right there. Boom.
Brilliant. That's brilliant.
I think you hit it on the money.
But like for real, that was good.
Oh, someone write that down. The date.
Yeah.
I'm copywriting it. 8:12 p.m.
Oh
11
my
11
God.
2020.
Brilliant. Oh man. But I don't know. I am interested in nutrition. I think it would be cool to maybe go back to school for that. Or, I mean, see, like, there are like so many things in my head too. I was originally going to school to get my BCBA, which is like working with kids with autism and all that fun stuff. I love them. Um, but I stopped. So I don't know, that's like always that's something I like love doing that though, like behavior therapy. So that's something that maybe I'd like to start again if I really do anything, either that or maybe like the nutrition route to kind of do that with Beachbody
Is that like
stuff.
a love of yours, or is it just like an interest, or
So it's an interest. So that's kind of I
yeah,
think that's kind of why I'm like, oh
yeah.
yeah, maybe. But it's something I've been thinking about for a little while.
We're going to be
But
starting our nutrition classes soon.
I know I was just gonna say, I know you guys are doing that with your other stuff.
Mine's completed
Why
with
can't I think?
IIN.
Yeah.
It's just yeah, NASM has a bit more of like the sciencey side of it, you know. IIN's good at nutrition on
Mm-hmm.
like an integrated full body, mind and spirit level. But
Cool.
with NASM, you definitely
Cool.
get a lot more of the science based stuff behind it.
That's cool.
And I do think it's
That's
cool. I
cool.
mean, like Beachbody's a passion.
Hmm.
It's something that I think both of us have like it's clear we want to make businesses of our own with it. And so I know that's a huge reason why like I want to do the nutrition and the certified personal trainer. But I think when you have a passion like that, looking for different avenues that can market yourself. It's like, hey, yeah, I have this, but I
Mm-hmm.
have the knowledge and education behind it to back it up so I
Right.
can help you within the confines while also outside the
Hmm.
confines
Yeah.
of it, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really interesting. I feel like a lot of Beachbody coaches are actually doctors and nurses, and I think that that's really cool because it's like proof too that Shakeology is like legit.
Like,
These
look, the
workouts are
creator of
like
Shakeology is
legit,
on a show with Zac Efron. I mean,
Hmm.
that screams legit.
Would you ever be a personal trainer?
I don't know. I think it would be cool, but I don't know. I don't know that
What
I could
if
do that.
what if Kristen, in say 6 years' time, could earn a spot on Beachbody as a personal trainer?
That'd be amazing.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
You could be one of the super trainers. You and Megan could be best friends.
Yeah.
No,
Sean
maybe
T
I was
could
gonna say even
really
better.
be in the delivery room. You never know.
You and Sean could be besties. Which, P.S., I follow one of his nannies on Instagram because I would love to be Sean T's children's nanny.
Duh, like who wouldn't?
She works out with them. She goes on vacation with them. Like,
That's so
Mhm.
cool.
super jealous of her life.
That's so cool.
You and Sean could actually be best friends.
Oh my God, that would be cool. I think it would even be
I actually
cool.
know someone who's friends with her husband is friends with Sean T.
Really?
Hmm.
That's cool.
She was one of my volleyball coaches in high school. And now her husband, like when I started doing it, she's like, hey, don't you know that Brian and Sean are like friends? I was like, no.
Because why not?
Why didn't I know?
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
Random factoid.
I love it.
So those two main things you would branch out to. You wouldn't want to be a certified personal trainer.
I don't know. Maybe like teach a class.
They
I
do
don't know.
group trainings. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
She's like, now I put the nugget in her head. It's going to eventually
Yeah.
grow into a nice sprouting little plant.
I will say,
Yeah.
like, even just having the background knowledge of how the programs are built from doing the CPT class, I feel like I just have a better appreciation
Mhm.
for the programs because when I'm doing them, I'm like, oh, this is why we're doing it.
Yeah.
This
That's
is why
cool.
it's structured that way. And oh, we're really targeting these muscles and
That's cool.
just a little tidbit there.
So, certified personal training or not, what's your favorite Beachbody program?
Ooh.
Let's go your most favorite and your least, and why. We need
Okay,
200
okay, my
words or
least
less.
favorite.
No.
200 words or less. Oh my God. All right. My least favorite is 10 rounds because it was boxing programmed. Court, you never did. Did you do that? You
I didn't
did.
finish it though.
I didn't
I
like
did.
it. I mean,
I finished it.
you did. Did you like it?
I liked it, but the lifting part of it was off for me.
Oh, I liked the lifting. I didn't like the
I
boxing.
liked the lifting part more than the boxing.
Yeah. The boxing, I just like am not a boxer. I was just like not coordinated enough for that. But I think my favorite one, I'm always gonna have like a soft spot for Morning Meltdown 100 because that was the first program I've finished after I had Izzy. So that's definitely up there. But I don't. I think Transform 20 is like my favorite
I'm
favorite.
doing that right now.
So am I. With the, are you doing just like that full program, or I'm doing the hybrid calendar?
I've never actually done a hybrid calendar, so they scare me a little bit. So
I've never done them
I'm
either.
just doing the Transform 20 for now.
It's good.
It's a
You
good
like it? You like
program,
it?
20 minutes and you're done.
I
It
know.
flies.
That's the best part.
Honestly, like
And you're
so
like
many of you are
super
doing
sweaty
it,
after it.
and I was like 20 minutes. I don't really know what else to do. I'll give it a shot. It's 20 minutes, and it's already was like 1 or 2 mornings I woke up like, "Ugh, I'll just do the workout later. I'm too tired," and I was like, it's 20 minutes. Just do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
What's the other one that they have
And you
that
do it and you
I did for a little while? The military one.
Uh,
22
Yeah,
hard
yeah.
corps or something.
I like that one.
that one's.
It's good.
Yeah, that one's good
Every
too.
time I did it, it made me
Scares you?
sweat in 15 minutes or less.
I was
Yeah,
scared by it.
it
I
was
know.
good.
I like that one too. I've never did that full one. I just like did when I was doing like random programs. That's like I just did like a couple of workouts from there. It's good though.
Mhm.
It's quick.
That's what I love about these. They're quick.
What I like about them, just as like a not Beachbody person, is that like you can go out of sync with the workouts. Like I know you're supposed to follow the systems and stuff like that, but like with the 20-minute hardcore, 20 whatever it was, the hardcores one, like I felt like I could pretty much like jump and skip and not miss a beat and still achieve what I wanted to get. You know, like go back.
I think that's one of the best parts about honestly doing the programs is that you don't have to stick to one program. Like I know you've said that you get bored sometimes just kind of doing the same routine, and so like doing a hybrid calendar or being able to mix and match is great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
What else we got?
So, being somebody who's not of the Beachbody blood, as you two are well indoctrinated, you've drank from the golden chalice, and now you're in it to win it. If you had met somebody on the street that just came up to you and was like, you know, oh, it's like a cult, it's a pyramid thing, it's, you know, I don't believe in their supplements. Like, what would you say to somebody who was just not motivated to do it and not, you know, very skeptical about the
They
whole
fell
system?
into all the negative stereotypes people think of Beachbody.
Oh man. Well, Brandon was actually like super. I mean, I was like super skeptical before I started. Like Shakeology, I was like, okay, whatever. This can't be like that good for you, and like the workouts and all that stuff. Well, workouts I wasn't really like skeptical of. I don't know. I think Beachbody gets like a bad rap because of like some of the coaches or like some people. I don't know. I don't want to like bash on any coaches, but like everybody's different. I'll just leave it at that. But um, but being somebody that was super skeptical, and like now being on the inside, it's, I mean, pyramid schemes are illegal, right? So can't possibly be a pyramid scheme. And like the cool thing about Beachbody is I've told you this before too, like it's very different from other MLMs because your volume like goes both ways. Like Courtney will benefit off of me if I'm like doing well, and like everybody benefits off each other. It goes up and down. It's not like I can sit on my butt at like here and then Courtney's one of my coaches, so now Courtney and the other people underneath me have to do all the work and I could just sit here and do nothing. Like that's not how it works. So I mean, I don't know if that explanation would really help anybody be like, oh, okay, you're right, it's not a pyramid scheme. But I mean, I don't know, I think that makes it kind of different from other companies, you know?
Mm. I think that's one of a lot of people's fears with not just like a program like Beachbody, but like Herbalife. Like, you know, they're kind of afraid that they're going to get into this and have to do all the legwork, like you were saying, Kristen, for whoever like indoctrinated them into this whole process. I like that word. I don't know. I'm just going to keep using it for a while. So I think people are just scared of that they're going to become kind of like the workers, and whoever's getting them in on these sales. Like, I think people are also afraid that it's
Right.
just all about sales, which I
Right.
think personally, like, you two prove that wrong. Like, you two are so motivational, and you're so you keep track of your people and you keep in touch with people, and that's what you're supposed to do
Right.
to
And
keep
like
people
something else, something I
motivated.
think about something cool I think about Beachbody too is like one of the things that is suggested to do is to like make connections with people. And I feel like being an adult is so hard. And like, but like making friends as an adult is hard, you know? So I think it's just, yeah. So I think that it's cool too that when you start coaching, one of the things that you are told is like you want to make genuine connections with people because it's not just about the sales. It's not like, hey, sign up with me. Hey, sign up with me. Hey, sign up with me. Like, that's not what this is about. It's about genuinely like building friendships. And people that I connect with aren't even necessarily people who want to start Beachbody at all, you know? But it's just cool that it's about like building friendships and making connections and helping people, like supporting people on whatever journey that they're on, you know? And then maybe eventually if they decide that, okay, you know what, like give me a little bit of info about what you're doing and how I can join you, then that's cool. But like if they decide not to, then that's okay too. And I feel like at least Courtney and I know a lot of our team is like this too. Where like if somebody doesn't want to join you, you're not just going to like write them off, you know, especially if you have a connection with them. I think that's something that's really cool. Also, I don't know if other companies like suggest that or like care about stuff like that, but you know.
Well, Beachbody's been around for a long time,
Yeah.
so they have to be doing something right,
Yeah.
you know.
And I think it's true though that if you think about like the cold invites that you get even as a coach now from people to like, hey, love your profile, would love for you to work on my team. And it's like, if you looked at my profile, you'd know that I'm already doing my own
Yeah.
thing. But you get those cold invites, and so you get those cold invites, and you say like, oh no thank you, you give a nice response because we're in the same type of like field of
Mhm.
Instagram business kind of, and you never hear from them again.
Right.
Mhm.
Or like they do the connecting, and I know it's happened to me where people are like, hey, how are you, thanks for following. I'm like, great, how are you? Like, I'll support, like I'll follow your page, and we'll talk for like a week, and then they'll invite me and I'll be like, oh no thanks, I'm doing my own thing, and then I never hear from them again.
Mhm.
And you can't help but think like, oh, they didn't really want to be friends with me, they just wanted to sell me something. We're
Mhm.
like, I don't ever want people to think that I just want to sell them something. Like, if I'm
Yeah.
talking to you, it's because I genuinely have an interest in some sort of friendship with you. And so,
Mhm.
like, I'll invite people, and if they say no, I'm like, okay, cool. And then, like, a couple days later, I'll make a point to say, like, start a conversation with them so that they know, like, hey, it's fine that you said no. I still want to be friends with you.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
friendship is not based off of if you buy something from me.
I know, because a lot of people get uncomfortable with that too, you know? Because it's like, I want to support you, but like, I don't really want to do this with you. But, you know, I don't know. It could get
It
weird.
can. And I mean, and you also have to think about like companies where it's a like ours is a one-time purchase a year if you want it to be. But you think about, it's like clothing. Like, that's not
Right.
something that you need to
Right.
build a relationship off of. It's like,
Mhm.
hey, I bought you clothing, now we're done. Where it's like with
Right.
this, and
Right.
one of the great things about our team is that we really do want to make connections with people and like help people. Because
Mhm.
I know
Mhm.
that there are teams out there where it's like, no, make the sale. Make the sale. And
Mhm.
not everyone is like that.
Right. And like the thing is too, it's like our job as a coach like starts after they make that purchase. You know, where you were saying like a lot of people that's like kind of it. Like we start like yes, so like they make the purchase, but then you're added to our groups and I'm going to be checking in on you and I'm going to be making sure you're as successful as you want to be, whether you're coaching or whether you're just in my challenge groups as a challenger. Like your relationship like begins at at the start of their journey after they make that purchase. It's not just like a one and done thing.
No, and I agree. Like, and it said this to you the other day. Some of my Rockstar challengers are the ones who have like leaned into that. That they get like that's where the job starts. Like, that's where it is because I'm here to help you on your journey. That's why you decided to sign up with me.
That's a good point. And you guys don't seem like the type that would like hit up my page and be like, "Hey, girl, love your profile. You want to advertise my lingerie?" Because that's happened. Obviously, they're not doing their job.
I got one message was like, "Hey, saw your profile. Can tell you're really into men's fashion." And then one I got this week was, "Hey, saw your profile. Could tell you're really into aviation." Like, what about my page
They just
told you
mean
I'm into aviation?
They just mean your only limit is the sky. That's what they mean.
No, it was actually like a jewelry company. They were like, "We could tell you're really into aviation. We'd love to partner with you." And I was like, "What?
Buy some bling for your plane.
Like, what is going on?"
Why not?
Ugh.
So if what would be your motivating point, like if somebody was on the fence and they really didn't know where to go, where to start? What's your like what is your thing to kind of introduce them to the world of Beachbody? Yeah, like what would you say? Just like what's your I don't know.
Well, I think not to answer for you, but I think it depends on each person. Like, I don't think there's
Yeah,
one set
I agree.
like, okay, well, this person's like, I don't know where to start to answer with this.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on the
Yeah, it
conversation,
definitely
your
just depends on each
relationship.
person.
Like, I just think there's a lot of
For
factors
sure.
with that.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because some people, I feel like some people that I've like made connections with that have like considered joining me, it's like gotten to the point because we've been talking for so long and we're like friends now. It's like, girlfriend, like you want to do this? Like let's go. Let's do it. Like I'm here to help and support you however I can. Like that's like some conversations that I have where it's like if somebody's on the fence, I'm like, girlfriend, let's go. Like you want this, like what is holding you back? You know? But then there are other conversations where I'm like, okay, well, like what kind of workouts are you into? Can I send you like a free sample to try? See if this is something for you because you also don't want to be forcing people into this. Like I'm not a pushy person, so it's like if somebody's like telling me to back off, like I'm gonna back off, you know. But if somebody's like on the fence,
You don't want to be the one to not take no for an answer.
yeah, I'm not. I'm not gonna force people.
So, if you had one thing that you could tell yourself from, I don't know, let's say 5 years ago, I had it written down as 5 years, but I was going to change it just because. But 5 years ago, what would you tell yourself?
Don't give up. Don't give up. Just keep going. Cause girl, you can do anything. That's what I tell myself. Just like that.
No, you would tell yourself. And yourself would be like,
And I'd be like,
yes.
shut up.
No, but it actually makes me think of like our girl Keish. I was listening to her podcast
her.
today, and she was saying that like don't give up now because there's a future version of
Yep.
you who's gonna be like, oh my god, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for putting in the work. And I was like, oh,
It's so true.
feeling that in the feels.
Right?
Yeah. You gotta do it now so future you will thank you.
So 5 years from now, you're going to listen to this and see where you're at.
Yeah. That'll be interesting.
When you're a certified personal trainer,
Yeah.
nutrition coach, working with autistic kids,
In the
with
top
your
2% of the company.
Yeah.
with your all right, here's the pitch. Ready?
Okay.
You are going to be a certified personal trainer that employs people with disabilities as a cleaning service.
Called Ew David.
And they're going to be wearing Ew David shirts. That's going to be your business, right? And it's not only going to be about cleaning, it's going to be about how they can stay active throughout the day.
I like it.
That's a good future. But
You
forgot
got
her
5 years,
virtual
so
assistant.
you got to start working on this.
I see it.
Assistant.
Yeah, I need a
Well,
virtual
I mean,
assistant,
once you're pretty much at the top of that level, virtual assistant's entirely possible.
You could have like 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a given. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my bad, guys. Sorry.
The Rock would be disappointed.
Dwayne Johnson. I can't.
So we do this little portion of the show that we like to call lightning rounds, and I have a beautiful sound effect for it.
Yes.
No, she's got to wait.
Suspense.
It's like you don't just call the champion in and then expect him to walk through the doors right when you say their name. You know what I mean? You got to bleed it out a little bit.
Right.
So this is the first time we're doing this with a guest. So lightning rounds.
There it is.
That's the professional sound effect.
That's good.
You do it. Yeah, see, it's not so bassy.
No, it wasn't
Oh,
that.
thanks. So happy we have you on the show.
All right, this one's for the both of you.
Okay.
What's your fitness goal to hit before 2021?
My fitness goal is to stay on track and not let like the holidays derail me or make me like lose my progress. I'm still going to enjoy the holidays and eat and drink what I want, but I don't want to fall off track.
Tequila? You're gonna have tequila?
If it's a margarita.
Kristen, since she stole the question and just went right for it, what's your answer?
Literally
Hashtag
retweet. Retweet. Courtney, seriously, I like just consistency. I feel like when Brandon's home too, I'm like more likely to just like sit and be a bum because that's what he does. I was actually, well, never mind. I'll ask a question after.
All right. You want to go?
But if she's got a question.
No, you can go. I have to like think. Words are like hard. It's late, and I just like need to figure out.
I get
You
it,
know
girl.
what I mean? I don't get it. All right, go ahead.
I mean, I get what you're saying.
Good. You get me. I'm glad. All right, good.
Okay.
You get me. I'm glad.
I had it. That's the question.
Lost it.
Yeah. No, this happens all
Oh God,
the
I
time.
rubbed off on you.
Yeah.
It's mom brain. You get it.
I get it. I get it.
Okay, just based off of like this episode, what has been your favorite part of having a guest or being a guest?
Uh-oh. I'm going to be a good host. Kristen, do you want to answer first?
You
No
don't have to.
pressure. Oh, you want me to go first? You guys, this is my first
Welcome.
podcast. Actually, thank you so much. Actually, one of my friends and I attempted, I don't know if I ever told you this, Court. Me and my friend Natalie, we
Love Nat.
tried we tried doing a podcast, but I won't get into it. It's fine. I'll answer your question because hello. This was just like so fun. So that's it. I just love hanging out with you guys. This was just fun. I don't know. This is like stepping out of my comfort zone for me because I kept texting Courtney. I was like, I'm so nervous. I'm
Look at
so
just hanging out.
nervous.
It's a conversation.
Yeah.
Hanging out.
Yeah, it's fun though. You guys are great.
You're great.
No, you.
Oh my god.
Aw. I'll
We
just
just love
go
each other so
upstairs.
much.
You guys have fun.
We will literally for an hour just sit here saying, no, you were so great.
Okay, so Josh, tell me what's your favorite part about having me on here?
My favorite part has been
No
exactly
pressure.
what I thought it would be before doing the show, which is your energy level. Like just how you're a very joyous presence, you know. It's fun to
Thanks.
be around, it's fun to hang out, you know, and just laughing and being high energy like I thought you would be, you know. That's
He
pretty
did.
much it.
He did say that to me yesterday. He's like, I'm excited about Kristen being on one because it's Kristen. He's like, but also because
Aw.
like she's so fun. And
Mhm.
she's always just so like
Nice.
energetic and like just fun.
This was so fun, you
So
She's
nice.
blushing again.
I am.
Do you have
My cheeks hurt. We've been just like laughing and smiling
You've
so
been getting
much.
a face workout.
Yeah. All right, so my question for you guys. How did you guys like come up with doing this?
It's a good question. I feel like
I
it was
started it.
yeah. I feel like it was something that was talked about, like kind of jokingly, like, hey, we should have a podcast. I was like, haha, yeah, we've got so much on our plate now. And then the seed was planted though in your head, for sure.
I've been talking about it since I started IIN, that I wanted to do something with Courtney because she's an excellent coach, volleyball or otherwise. Like
Thanks, babe.
she's very administrative. She's good at that kind of stuff. And even back when we were in the Poughkeepsie apartment, like I thought it would be a great idea to get something started with the both of us. Like
Mhm.
we could really bring this personal trainer thing, the nutrition, the dietary stuff to help athletes and stuff like that. Like I remember talking to you about that. So there's always been some potential for us to do stuff together. And I've been excited for it ever since then. But when I was recently a couple months ago, like featured on somebody else's podcast, Scars from the Field, I kind of was like, oh, like, you know, this is a cool situation and we're good at talking. So why not? You know, like we just have to have an aim and just go for it, you know? So it was my idea. I'm taking full credit for that.
It was.
But, you know, I think it was just nerves for you for the most part. Like, you know,
Yeah, it was definitely like, I get why you were nervous. Like, it's nerve wracking. Like, you're putting something out there for people to listen to, which ultimately you're putting yourself out there for people to judge in a way. And it's also that
Right.
scary of like, is anybody going to care? I have to say.
yeah. If I always figured
Right.
if not, no
Yeah.
harm, no foul. You know, whatever.
Right. No, I think it's so cool. I was actually, Brandon and I were listening to one episode before I jumped on here with you guys, and I was just telling him, I was like, I just think it's so fun that you guys do this together. Like I said to Brandon, I was like, what do we do together? I was telling him that I feel like we need to do something like cool together. I was like, maybe we can flip houses and like open a brewery. Like, let's do something like cool, man. And I like said that to him like a few weeks ago. We'd been talking about it, and I was like, I just think that this is really awesome that you guys, this is like cool quality time that you get together, that I feel like it just brings you closer. You know, I'm like, well, we sit on the couch and watch Netflix. He's like, yeah, and like that's our hobby. I'm
Nothing
like,
wrong with that, Fran. All right, I get
idiot.
it.
But no, but you know what I'm saying? Like I think it's really, really cool that you
Thank
guys
you.
It is
decided to
nice
do this
knowing
together. It's
that
awesome.
like there's a set day that when the kids go to bed, it's just us. We're not doing anything else. We're not like on our phones or on the computer. Like,
And we're excited to do it. Like,
yeah.
you know, we usually record Thursday nights, and like Thursday nights, like during the day, we're like, oh, what are we going to talk about? Like, what's the topic? You know, like stuff like that. And it's just, by the time we sit in front of the microphones, like we just kind of let it flow and it just happens, you know?
That's
But
cool.
I will say, if you and Bran, one, ever flipped a house, I'd buy it. Two, open a brewery, I'd live there. So you've got a supporter on either front of those. I could
Well, thank you
I
for
could
your
see you
support.
with a brewery. You and Brad. I think that'd be fun.
I think that would
Triple
be
B.
so cool.
The Ew David Brewery.
Right? That's what I'm saying, man. Stop it with all these
I could see you
Stop it with
taking
all
that
these
one
brilliant
step further and
ideas.
making it your own and just being like, ew, Bran.
Ew, Brennan. Oh my god, and we can like make it look like
See?
the
Twyla's
cafe
place.
from
Ideas.
Schitt's Creek. Stop.
No, I
I
think
gotta
you guys
stop.
should
We
open a
gotta
brewery.
stop.
I think
Yeah.
that's the idea now.
Can't. I love it.
She's like, as soon as this call is done,
I'm gonna go tell him
we
right
gotta get.
now that we have to. We actually had been talking about it, and I bought him. He can't hear me. He's on the other side of the house. I bought him like a how to brew book. It's like this big ass thick book for Christmas. I'm like, we're doing this.
Girl.
I don't
No
know
choice.
like how we're gonna afford it, but I think it'd be cool.
No, so like super
Like, let's
easy.
learn how to brew beer.
You guys could do it, and you could just like make all the stuff that you'd sell like with your Greek. I'll help you.
Oh my god, we can have like a little store in there.
You could sell like shirts and mugs.
Oh my god, this is
And
brilliant.
you can
I
rent
can't
out
wait.
your own
Everybody,
cleaning service straight from inside the. Because you'll be like, you guys are drunk. You don't want to go home and clean. These guys can.
let me.
And they're matching wiggles.
Ew, dude.
No, it's gonna be ew,
Yeah.
Brandon.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I mean, you guys can name it whatever you want. I don't think Brandon would want something with ew in front of
Oh
his.
my god, he'd be so upset. with me.
Wait till he
He'd be
hears
so
this
upset.
episode.
It's nothing against you, Brandon. Your name just flows with it. Oh, Brandon.
So I think after
This is
all the online interruptions with whatever, we're trying this new service. So if the audio comes up all
Sorry.
whacked out, I did my best. We're trying, you
Yeah.
know. But no, it was great having you on the show. You know, where I don't think we got into half the stuff that we could have talked about with Beachbody and stuff like that. But I think you're definitely an important person to tap into for some information about it, and you know, just to get some inspiration and get coached by you would be like a fabulous thing. So how do people get in touch with you?
Oh my god, this is like legit. Huh?
Mhm.
And we can put it in the show notes if
Yeah.
you want us to just reference that.
Yep, it's definitely going in the show notes either way.
Oh my god, you can follow me on Instagram. This is like legit. Wow, you guys are cool. At ksylv.fit. That's my Instagram handle. You can follow me.
Hmm.
I will say I do tell people all the time, like if you need some inspiration, hit this girl's page up.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're so sweet. Stop it.
Stop.
And if for nothing else, you got to check all the reels because her and Iz are an absolutely adorable
Is
couple.
is my girl. I miss her. She's my girl.
Aw. No, we have to like get the kiddos together.
Well, the kids are going to be advertising the shirts, so you know, have too many of
That's
us come to the Ew Brandon Brewery.
Oh my god, you could put like a kids section in the brewery for like
I was just gonna say you'll have to make like
A
a playground.
nursery.
a little daycare center.
Wait, that's actually brilliant. That's so smart. Like a daycare.
Yeah, like put like a little like you know how IKEA has that section that parents can like drop their kids off for an
Mhm.
hour.
Oh
Hey, parents, want to get drunk? We'll watch your kids.
And we'll clean your house.
This is so brilliant. I'm gonna have to go talk to Brandon about this. right
Brandon's
away.
gonna hate us.
Oh, that's-
He's gonna be like, you cannot be friends with these people anymore.
Sorry, Brandon.
too late.
No, he's not. He's gonna love the idea. He's gonna love
He
it.
has no choice. I feel like
I know. You will love
you're
this
gonna
idea.
do this idea with me.
And when he does it, just keep saying it. Ew, Brandon.
No.
No, but check the show notes to get in touch with Kristen and just find all the inspiration in the world.
Yep. Like I said, it's been a great time.
Surprise.
We're looking forward to having you back one day when we
Yes.
have, you know, a reliable way to do this.
This has been fun. Thank you for
Yeah,
being on
it's
it
been a good
and
time.
being our first guest.
Thank you guys. I am honored.
I'm
Thank you
excited.
guys.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. And we'll check you guys next